Okay, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and all three if you want to be special. Okay, so in terms of where we are, I did say I'd give you an update, so I'm going to give you an update, and I know this video is coming out a bit later than what I anticipate, and we've gone past 5 o'clock, haven't we? I know. But it's one of them things. So, I'm just awaiting the last little bit of information from BPEC. I physically just checked my emails and not had anything still yet today. I'll probably get it tomorrow, no doubt. But I can pretty much work out what's going to happen now. Okay, so I thought I'd enlighten you pretty much of what's going on. There's a bit more information I can give you than I gave you on Monday, to be fair. Okay, so there's 3 areas we need to have a look at. 1 being exams, 2 being practical, and 3 being something called a professional discussion. So I just need to enlighten you on what all the 3 are, how it works, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, etc. And ultimately get you qualified in the area you've come to do. So in terms of the exams, we've got health and safety, communication with others, and environmental. So I did outline on Monday which groups would be doing what, and I did make it clear, I think, that if you've done level 1, you've come up to level 2, you've already done them 3 exams. So I did say you could breathe a sigh of relief, which is great. It doesn't, like I say, mean you don't have to do anything, and you will have to do something. Okay, so you need to be paying attention still. So please don't turn the video off at this point, is what I'll say. Okay, so in terms of what we have to do, we've got exams to do. Not a surprise, I did say this on the 20th of April. I even had to rewatch my video from the 20th of April to make sure I did say it, because every day and every week blurs into one, doesn't it, as at the minute. So we did talk about doing the exams. Okay, so those 3 will have to be done, matter of fact, no way of getting around it. So how we will do it, it will have to be done in college. There's the straightforward answer. Okay, and in terms of when we think we're going to do it, you'll have letters coming out shortly that will indicate and tell you the weeks in which we are going to do them. It'll be starting on the week commencing the 23rd of June, and I know that's not the week commencing because it's a Monday, but it's the Tuesday we're going to start doing it, okay, for logistical reasons. The hours will be different as well, so there will be different hours, and in terms of us being in college. The college have put together a massive risk assessment and have put together a protocol of how we can approach this and how we can all be extremely safe in doing so, and the different measures we've got to do. Okay, so this will all be outlined in your letter. So please make sure you read this letter. Don't skim read it or try and misinterpret something. There's an email address at the bottom, so if you do have a question, query, or need to put a confirmation you're attending or not, etc., etc., can you please make sure you do that as soon as possible, okay? Just so that we're aware and we can answer any question that you might have. If it's a plumbing related question in terms of assessment, I have no issue with you emailing me, okay? But in terms of the letter and the content, you do need to email the individual that's going to put his name at the bottom of that, okay? And that's not me, okay? So make sure you do that for me as a matter of course, and so we know what we can do and how we can move forward. So you will have to do exams, okay? And again, the college will put together a big risk assessment, okay? So the other thing we have to do is elements of practical. So we have some called adaptive assessment, and I've said this word adaptive, and what does it mean? So let me go through what it means. Adaptive means is to find ulterior ways that are safe, but can also demonstrate competency. What that means is, can we still prove you can do that job, even if you don't physically have the time to do it? Okay, if that makes sense. So when I asked you about the bathroom stuff, you probably understand why I was asking you. Now BPEC haven't said clearly it is the bathroom, but what I do understand it's 2 elements of health and safety. So the 2 elements of the health and safety is LPG and electrical testing. So 3 guesses for what video is going to come out to detail those, isn't it? Okay, so I'll take you through the step-by-steps of what you need to do. It's nothing to worry about, and please don't get upset about it or think I ain't got a clue what to do. You will be fine, okay? There's nothing to panic over. The assessments are like 10 or 15 minutes long. It's not even a big thing you'd need to do. But if BPEC had anything else in, and there's still a time where they could do, okay, I'll have to detail something else. I'll have to put another video out later this week if I do get any more information. Okay, but that's what we understand at the minute. Okay, so the way we're going to do it, we're going to clump everybody together, and that sounds probably worse than what I've actually said. Really, we're going to basically take Group A, Group B, and Level 1. To be fair, a lot of it's all very similar stuff you've got to do, and there's a lot of crossover. So we're going to basically tackle it as a team, really, rather than individuals. So a colleague of mine will be doing the practical stuff, and I'll be doing predominantly the theory stuff. Makes sense. And in terms of the exams, in terms of getting ready, there's some of you, I believe, pretty much that could take this exam already. Okay, so I have said that this afternoon in a meeting that's lasted about 2 hours. I said that some of you are in that position. So the ones who are in the position I will identify shortly, and I will obviously let you know shortly. Okay. There is revision if people want it. We won't develop masses of times to it, but it is there. I can only cover a certain amount in a certain amount of time, and we will be doing formative assessment to get ready for it. Okay, so it might be something that you feel you would like, but you please must be mindful we can only do it in small numbers. Okay, and again, you've had plenty of time to work on these things to help yourself. Okay. So make sure, again, you get up to date with that. There are Socrates to be done. There's still Socrates to be done. Had a look at the first batch on Monday evening and a little bit yesterday. There's not a whole set of group stuff on there. Okay, it's I would say it's particular people that have worked really, really hard at doing them, and thank you, and fair play to you. You're only helping yourself at this point, aren't you? Which is great. So I don't have everybody on it. Okay. It's a shame because the things are there to help you get ready for this assessment. That's probably my frustration, I would say. So I'm not angry about it. I just get frustrated because you've got to help yourself in these times as well, and I'm giving you the tools to do it. So take advantage of doing that and getting that done. The other bits we've got to do then in terms of the practical, I say, is the 2 health and safety assessments, and they're pretty straightforward. Okay. The 2 remaining ones then, if they've not been done, we're allowed to do what we call an adaptive assessment. Now there could be more adaptive assessments needed, okay, so I'll again, if I can't find that out, I'll do another video on that and just let you know what they are. So in terms of adaptive assessments, we do something called a professional discussion, and what that means is I quiz you to find out what your knowledge is on, let's say, for example, manual handling, etc, etc, and we know the weights of those, don't we? 20 kg for one, 40 kg for two, anything over it's a lifting device is what required. I'll be asking you questions based on the assessment criteria. Again, I don't want you to worry about that because I will be putting something out to help you with those. Okay, so I will be sending something out either via an email or there may be a short video just to tell you, just to do a little recap really of that assessment and how that assessment works. Okay, so again, what I will do with those professional discussions, I will not do them in college. I don't see the benefit of doing it in college. We don't want to be in there for longer than what is necessary. I think you would agree with that. And also I can do them over the phone, so there is really no reason to do them in college. So please, when you're in college, don't ask me, can we do my professional discussion now? Because the answer is going to be no, we will not have time. Okay, so I will do them remotely. I could do them on Microsoft Teams and I could do them on Zoom if you really want to, but I think the easiest approach is just picking the phone up. Yeah, it sounds old-fashioned, but pick the phone up, ring the number and speak to the person on the phone, and your answers I will obviously detail down on the appropriate documentation that I've got to use. Okay, so that's where we are in terms of those 3. So let's just recap so we are clear on what I've just said. Point number 1 then, we have exams to do. We've got to do them in college, and you know how it works, multiple choice, 60%, etc, etc. There will be space allowed for resits. Okay, so I've got to work on a plan that I'm probably going to work on this evening now, and probably carry through into tomorrow, maybe into Friday. Okay, so I do need to do that and get that done. So that will obviously help our assessment process, so I do need to put that together. Okay, it's not something I'm surprised I've got to do, and it's not something I've not done before. Okay, so I have had experience of doing this. I've been doing this job a very long time. I was managing centres for 7 years and managing staff in plumbing, so it's not something I've not done before. It's not alien to me, but I just need to make sure we get it so it works best for you, really, not for me, for you, so you benefit the most out of the process. Okay, so that's how I tend to take it. And then obviously we've got a bit of practical to do, so we need to do that. My colleague will do that with you. Okay, and then obviously we've also got the professional discussions to do, which we can do remotely, and I will probably be making a start on them just as soon as I get one more final email from BPEC and I can make a start. So they're the 3 things that we need to do. Get those 3 things done, we get everything done and dusted, we can submit all the information then to BPEC, and then they review it over the summer, and then they inform the college of all the decisions and the qualification in August. Okay, and that's how it works. So that's what we've got to do, and that's how it's outlined. Okay. If you've got any questions surrounding the plumbing work that we need to do, or you're unsure of anything you think you might have to do or not have to do, some of you have sent me some information and asked some questions. Great stuff, and I've emailed you replies, so hopefully you've got those as well and understand it. But if there's anything from a plumbing point of view or the assessment point of view that concerns you or worries you, please get in touch with me, okay, and I will alleviate your fears and let you know what we're doing and how we're going to work it. Okay. If it's to do in terms of the college risk assessment and how they're going to operate and the safety in terms of within the college, again, please email the person at the bottom of the letter, please. Okay. There'll be things that I can't answer as of yet because I need to have a look at certain things myself. But what I have seen has been really, really good. Okay, so I don't think there's anything too alarming or nothing to worry about. Okay, with that. But the person is at the bottom of the email address is the person that's put the risk assessment together, so you do need to speak to them directly. Okay, but from a plumbing point of view, by all means, keep in contact and get in touch. Okay, so hopefully that's enough information for you to be getting on with. So what I need you to do from now till then, so let's make it clear. One, complete the work I've set already. Okay, that needs to be done. I do need you to follow through with that, and it's not something I come up with just to fill a week or something like that. I really sincerely hope you can see what we have been doing and how this should benefit you now for these assessments. Okay, I did say on my first video that I did for you, this will look likely we'll have to do some exams, and funnily enough we are at that point. In terms of practical, it's never really been an issue, has it, to do practical, to be fair. We've always got to that point where we've been able to get it done. Okay, and the professional discussions is not something to worry about. It really isn't. Okay, so it's me asking you questions. I'll make sure you're prepared for it, so don't worry. I'm not here to catch you out. All right, I'm on your side, remember. Okay, so don't see it as a bad thing. See it as a positive thing that we can get that done. Okay, so that's what we need to do. Okay, so hope you're all keeping well. Hope your families are all safe as well. Lockdown is getting eased a bit, isn't it? So it's not a surprise what's happening now. So again, any questions though, please let me know. Obviously only on plumbing though. Okay, so speak to you all soon. I'll see you later.